Okay. Everyone wave. Cool. All right, here we go. So this is the Cutco kitchen intro transition. All right, so we get through the middle of page 4. Cutco's involved with many local and national charities, mostly with Front Row Foundation. It's kind of like Make-A-Wish Foundation. Have you ever heard of that before? Yeah? Okay, cool. Well, just so you know, Sophie, most of our clients are actually working towards what they call the Cutco kitchen. Lots of people know about us. They think we're just a knife company, but we're actually a full service kitchen company. And most people we find actually have a hodgepodge of pots and pans, silverware, a drawer or two full of gadgets and accessories that they bought over the years, plus a blocker drawer full of knives, half of which they never use. You know what I'm talking about? Most people get it. What's cool is that when you get it all here with Cutco, what you're going to have is a product that you're going to use for the rest of your life. It's an American company, so you're supporting the American economy. And because of our guarantee, which I'll explain to you at the end, you'll have and use this every single day, and so will your grandkids. So imagine if you ever remodeled your kitchen or if you ever move or anything like that, what's cool, you never have to upgrade your knives, cookware, flatware, accessories ever again, because you already have the best of the best and you'll have it for the rest of your life. Okay, so then you can kind of go like this. You can say, here's the sets of knives that we have. Here's the cookware, which we'll talk about. And then there's also forks and spoons and all the gadgets, which I was mentioning as well. And then you transition right back into the demo. And you show the shears and you go right back to the script. So I'll pause right there. Does everyone understand the beginning? And I'll give you that little paragraph. So all you're changing, we call it the Cutco Kitchen Seed Plant, but all you're changing is in between the tell you about the company and the shears, you're throwing in the fact that, hey, we are a full service kitchen company. We make it all. And you open up their mind to like, oh, okay, that homemaker set that you're about to tell them about is actually the smallest set. Okay? Because like this, huh? Peyton, do you have a question? I think you can unmute now.
What would you say if you showed them like this and they started asking about prices? Do we say we'll talk about it later, or like,
Yep.
do you have a price for us, or
you could say, good question. If they're like, if you are at this point in the demo where you started 2 minutes before this and they're like, well, okay, well, how much is that big set? Then you just make a mental note that this person is going to buy Cutco today. But what you tell them is something like, oh, you know, have you ever put a kid through college? Okay. Yeah. Not that much. Or you could say like, what kind of car do you have? Ford Escape. Okay. Yeah, not as much as that. And what you're doing there is you're price anchoring and you're making a joke out of it. Okay. Does that make sense? So you guys can all use that.
Yeah, so we're still making it to where we don't tell them the price.
Don't tell them the price
until we actually get to there, but we're making them think, okay, it's not as much as my car or putting a kid through college, but how much is it? And that's still on the back of their mind.
Yeah, and then the whole time they're like, this is expensive.
Okay.
That's the goal of that. So that's called price anchoring. But yeah, so you're gonna seed plant like, hey, Cutco is an American-made kitchen company, and we make it all. And you can see with these slides, this kitchen insert, like you can just tell it's quality. So instead of opening up your demo with, you know, a video of a super shears, which the shears is great, that's a great product tease, you're opening up with, look how freaking awesome Cutco looks. And they're like looking in the background at their Chicago cutlery and they're like, oh my goodness, Sophie's about to show us some quality stuff. Okay. Now, after that, you just do your demo. Just like do it as you would normally do it. So you go through, you explain the knives, the pieces, all of that. Even Jared Erickson, when he does a full demo, when he's not behind the booth or something, he literally reads the same script as you. It's all the same stuff until the end. Okay. So when you get to the end and you ask for the order, ideally you would do a 3-set close at this point. Okay. And I'll show you the 3-set close super quick. The 3-set close, how I like to explain the 3-set close is you telling a story. Okay. So when you're doing your 3-set close, you don't have to follow the script verbatim. all you have to do is you have to tell the story of the homemaker and why we have the other sets. Okay, so if you're right here, here's the story. So the story on the 3-set clothes is the homemaker came out in 1949. Thumbs up if you know that. Homemaker 1949. For 50 years, it was the only set we made. That was it. If you wanted a set of Cutco, have fun with your homemaker set. Okay. But over the years on the side, their little side project was they were making all these other knives. So finally in 2000, they're like, okay, we should combine them. We should have one big set. So they came out with the ultimate set. And then this one didn't get as many hits as they kind of thought it would, but the people who really love to cook and the people who bought the best of everything and the people who love to entertain, like they would buy it. And Cutco realized that the homemaker might be too basic and the ultimate set is the complete everything. They should have something in the middle for families. And so what they did was they took the homemaker, they added the 3 most popular pieces right here. They threw in the super shears and they made the option to have the steak knives. And then all this at Cutco had 3 sets. And then you ask the customer, which one do you prefer? Like, which one do you like the best? Guess what everybody says? The Siggy. Probably. Okay, so now let's say that is it Z? Is that right? Z.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask real quick. Would you be able to give us the story for everything too, so that way we can use that in our demos as well? Like the story you just told, would there be a way we can actually get that as well?
I can send this recording right to your group chat after.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah. Here, main outline of the story, homemaker 1949. They made a bunch of new knives. They put them all together in 2000. And then that was just a little too big for some people. So in 2004, they made an in-betweener with all the favorite pieces. It's like the hand-picked fan favorites. You can tell that as elaborately as you want. Okay. This is like today's homemaker, really. Okay, so now you get to here. The customers already maybe have picked out, ready, at the beginning in your Cutco kitchen insert, they might have already picked out that the middle set was going to be their set. Does everyone understand this? So like at the beginning, they might have already made the decision that they weren't going to get the big one or the little one. And you know, that middle one, that probably looks about right. Okay. Sometimes when you do the 3-set close, they'll say, can you go back to that slide with all of them? Which one was that? And people will just naturally choose the middle option. Has anyone ever done this? I don't want the cheapest one, but I don't want the expensive one. Middle product, that sounds good. I do this like every time I'm grocery shopping. Because I'm trying to be more, conscious of eating nutritional foods, but I don't want to buy the whole, whatever foods. Okay. I don't want to, get my groceries at Walmart, but I don't want to get them at Whole Foods. So give me some in between. You guys know what I'm saying? Okay. So when you get to this, now what you're going to do, if they say, we'll go with the signature set, you say, perfect. Here's your transition for a package deal. And I'll give you this script. So I'm going to say, Sophie, let's say again, or I keep using you, Sophie, because you're right in the middle of my screen. Let's say that Peyton, you're like, yeah, the signature set looks good. And I say, perfect. Do you want to go ahead and get your signature set today and get your free super shears closed just like you would on a homemaker? Tell them they're free stuff, whatever. He says, yeah, you know what? I think we would try that out. Here's your transition for packages. Ready? You say, awesome, Peyton. You are going to absolutely love your Cutco knives. I know I mentioned this before, but while most people know us for our knives, we're actually a complete kitchen company. And since now that you got the knives taken care of, would you mind if I showed you some of the deals we're currently running for my Cabo push when we package some of these with our other stuff? Would you mind if I showed you that? 10 out of 10 customers say, oh, you could show me that. And he's, okay, perfect. And then you go right to the flatware section. So you jump right to flatware, which this looks a little different. My bad. Yeah, you could go right back to this if you want to. I'll give you this insert too. So you go right to the flatware and here's your flatware pitch. All right, so here's our flatware bell. Most people tell us that what they really don't like about their flatware is that if it goes in the garbage disposal, they have to throw it away, or they never really use the good stuff. They might have grandma's silver, but they don't want to put in the work to polish it before using it, or Many times flatware can stain, pit, rust, corrode, or people even just lose pieces over the years. And then when they go to replace those pieces, they can't find replacements because flatware companies are always discontinuing or redesigning. And what ends up happening is people just buy new sets of flatware over and over again. And or they've settled at this point for incomplete or mismatched sets of flatware, and they've kind of just given up, really. With the Cutco flatware, we can consolidate the just okay everyday set with the sterling silver set that we never use into one kick butt set of flatware that we can use for everything. So what our customers love about the Cutco flatware, first off, you'll notice it's lightweight, but it's also heavy duty. We don't make the handles super heavy so they don't fall out of an empty bowl or slide onto your plate of food. Also, it's guaranteed forever, just like everything else we make. So if the dishwasher disposal does attack and destroy some, you can just send it back for replacement. This is Cutco, which means there's no maintenance because it's 1810 stainless, which is considered the best material in the industry. It also means it won't tarnish, break, bend, rust. If it ever did, send it back, and it's dishwasher safe. Plus, we've made a very simple, timeless design so that 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, it'll still be in style. So we don't have to, we don't plan to change it, and we sell individual pieces. That way, if you lose a piece or two, you can always buy replacements. They'll always match. Peyton, I've been doing this for, just about 2 weeks now. And I can honestly say that the special we're running, they're saying that it's the best special that Cutco's ever done. If you shop around for flatware like this and you went to stores like Williams-Sonoma, Pottery Barn, other high-end cooking stores, flatware like this, 1810 stainless, will run you anywhere from $200 to $300 per place setting. The great thing about Cutco is that since we don't sell on TV, we don't sell in stores like everything else, we can offer you the same quality for a much better value price. Why? So our retail price is $181 per place setting. Most people choose settings for 12, so the retail cost for that is about $2,300. Shop around for a nice chest in store, that'll run you $75 to $100. Add on the serving set to go with it, that's another $300, and your total investment would be just over $2,600. The great thing is with the special that we're running, if you buy the 12 place settings, you get them for $1,575. Plus, we give you the cherry lined wood chest with velvet for storage for free. So that brings your total price down from over $2,400 to only $1,575. So your savings is over $800, which is over 40% off. You can also split the whole thing up, which means your payments are $345 a month. And if you package this with the signature set that you're already getting, Peyton, we can save you an additional $700 on your set of knives. So Peyton, your overall price goes up by about $260 if you just package it all today. What do you think? Want to throw in the flatware and just bite the bullet and just go for it? Peyton says, yeah, you know what? Screw it. That sounds awesome. Let's do it. Or he says, oh, man, oof, you're really putting me through the ringer here. I think we'll just have to settle for the knives today. And their just have to settle is a $2,400 order. You guys see that? Okay, there's one more section on here. For the sake of time, I won't go through the cookware, but the cookware has just as good of a pitch as the flatware on this document I'm going to give you. So if they say no to the flatware, you say, hey, no worries. And you go, last thing I'll show you, Devin, is did you know that Cutco makes cookware? By the way, Devin, everybody in your family needs to buy this cookware from you today because they all have full sets of knives. The cookware is also awesome. Do any of you know anything about the cookware? Okay, I'm going to give you this document. So you get, I'll give you a really quick, brief synopsis of it, but I'll give you this doc. But the cookware, you say, hey, did you know that Cutco is cookware? No? Okay, it's actually one of Cutco's original products. It's called waterless cookware. Have you ever heard of that before? No? Okay, do you know what kind of pans you're using right now? They say a few different kinds. You say, gotcha. We call that the all-American set. Few of these, few of those, a little bit of everything mixed in, right? Yeah, well, hey, we're known for our knives, but in my opinion, the pans are the best thing we have. And if you like the knives, you'll love the pans, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here is what you need to make this happen. There is a document right here. You can read it word for word. You can print it off. You can do whatever you want. This is the doc. It's called the Closing Big Package Deals. The insert at the beginning is right here, the kitchen seed plant, right? So you need to seed plant all of the kitchen stuff. Okay, so grab that document right there, make a copy. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to give you, you don't have to make a copy of my whole virtual demo. I don't know if that's, fully necessary. But for sure, grab the Cutco kitchen slides. Okay, so here's Bertwick's actually helped me piece together this demo. It's the same as yours. It just has the kitchen slides and then it has some of the goal sharing slides and stuff at the beginning. Okay. So make sure you open that up, steal the kitchen insert. The kitchen insert in itself is one of the easiest things you could ever add for CPO. And the other part of that is the price anchoring we talked about. When you position Cutco up here and you get to the homemaker and the homemaker's here, that's a completely different feeling for your customer than when you start with the homemaker here. Does that make sense, everybody? This is called anchoring. I think you should have slides for goal sharing for sure. Have slides for goal sharing. Yeah, watch my Jared Erickson YouTube video. Have some slides. Show pictures. People love pictures. Okay, we're over. I'm so sorry. Have a great day, everyone. This seriously, Peyton, your boy, Curtis. I know you know Kurt. This is his like go-to lesson whenever he teaches Champs Club because it is automatic CPO for some people. So if you close a package deal in the next couple of days, make sure you share in the group chat where you learned it. Not for me, but like that you learned it on Champs and that you have the document. Sharing is caring. Okay, all right, everyone. Have a great day. Let's Sophie and Devin. Let's go. 10K. Here we go.